Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of Ore episode 7. Now we are down in our underground mine and we've been kind of working away and we have kind of ran into an impenetrable wall, so to speak of, and I believe what that is solid rock, which is good because there is a quest that you can do for gravel. So that means we're going to have to do some upgrading stuff to our plant up top, but let's make sure that this is solid rock. Perfect. Some iron ore mixed with solid rock in there. I'm not sure how much solid rock we're going to have, but I think it might be time to start that process so that way we can start processing a little bit of that. Now, we're going to need to run up top and get things kind of situated and set up and take an overview look of how we can set the plant up, because I think we're going to have to do quite a bit of rearranging in order for this to work. Whoa, watch out there. To get this to work, and I think we're going to be spending quite a bit of money. Now, I have spent quite a bit of time down in here because I needed to open up some more of this area, and with that prospecting I did in the last couple episodes, we did find this solid rock back there. So we're going to take this thing up because we're going to need fuel on this thing anyways. So we're going to take this up out of the mine, get some fuel on it, and we're going to take a look and see how we can possibly set up this plant to be able to make some gravel, crushed rock, that type of stuff. So we'll meet you up there. All right, we made it outside. Now, if you guys remember from last episode, we kind of set up ourselves with the dump pit right here, which I have been utilizing it off stream. I've been kind of just working around and trying to get things, a little bit more money so that way we can continue to grow and expand our processing plant. And so I think today's the day. I think today we are going to expand this even further into to be able to process the solid rock, crushed rock, all that kind of stuff, and be able to make some make some gravel. Because if we hop out of the loader, we should be able to see that there is a quest in here underneath quest to, where did it go? There was a quest here for, or am I seeing things? I might be seeing things here, guys. Yeah, I am seeing things. But we can make gravel. And while we're looking at that, ore prices for gravel is actually not too terribly bad. Maybe? If we go to here. Okay, maybe not. So gravel maybe isn't anything that's real spectacular. Iron ore obviously is something spectacular. All right. Well, nonetheless, after looking at that, we're gonna still kind of rearrange some of this to be able to take and process that gravel when the time comes, because I still think I got some pretty good ideas of how we're gonna do this and set this up. So that being said, I think I need to take this truck and we need to go into town and we need to purchase. We got our shopping list again that I had wrote down, so that way we can, start purchasing the stuff down in the. You know what? Before we go though, I want to see what we have for like rolled ingots in this storage unit. So we're gonna hop out and we're gonna take a look and see what we have before we head down. And okay, so we apparently we have quite a bit here. We're gonna take this. Actually, we're gonna leave this copper. We got plenty of iron down there, but we're going to need a little bit of money to do some of that stuff. We got some blasted in silicon. We're going to need to try to figure out how we're going to do some silicon diamond. We haven't really ran into a whole lot of that, without going through the pay dirt side of things. But we're going to take this and we're going to head it on down to the store and pick up our new processing plant stuff. So we're going to need like a cone crusher, screen. What are the other things here? We got a shaker. Like I said, I got my shopping list here. I got my shopping list next to me. So we're going to head on over and get to the store. We're actually going to sell this stuff, this iron ore, and then we're going to purchase that stuff. And even before we do that, we're going to check to see, because I think we got some quest things that we need to do. So kind of a lot happening right now that we got to figure out and get moving. So quests, the skill points, then the what was I talking about? Skill tree. That's what I was needing to do. We got 20 points to do this. So vendor negotiation. So we got 2.5 suppliers reducing purchasing cost, which is 24 points, and 24 points right there. I don't know. Maybe we need to hang on to this stuff. I thought I had some more points than we actually did there. Better credit. I don't think that we need to do the better credit. So with that being said, I guess we're just going to kind of hop into and sell our ingots, right? So 167.98. I do not think that they changed any of that. I know there was an update today as of this recording. There was like a little patch thing. So we're just gonna end up selling these bars here anyways. And there we go. We are at $1.2 million. So I think with that, maybe what we want to do now is go back to the bank and pay off the rest of our debt of $275,000. So let's type that in, $275,000. Make sure I got the right amount there. 1, 2, 3. Yes, we do. All right. No, that is not the one I want to do. I want to do this. Repay $275,000. So be cautious of that, guys. That could have been a big mistake that we would have been taking out another loan. So you want to repay it down here. So we're going to take out the 207 or pay back the 275,000. So confirm that. Now we got no debt to the company. Heck yeah, that feels good. And we still have $930,000. All right, let's come on in here and we need to go to our equipment factory and we need to go to production. So we're going to need a cone crusher. We already have the coal screen. We're going to need a jaw crusher and we are going to need the shaker screen. So we have all of that stuff. The rest of the stuff I think are going to be conveyors. And what we're going to need there is we're going to need a couple rights. Let's see. We're going to need 2 lefts. Like I said, I have done some work off recording to figure some of this stuff out. So we got 2 lefts. And then we need how many rights? We need quite a few of them. We need 3 rights. So let's get the 3 rights there. We need 4. We need 5, 6 of the 4x4 ups. So I think we already have a few up in the deal. So I'm going to actually only purchase, I think I'm only going to purchase 2 of those for now, because I think we have some more up in the storage unit. So we got that purchased. All right. And now I need some straights. I need some straight 4s. I need a couple of those. So let's grab 3 of those. That didn't work. 3 of those. And then we need some straight 2s. We need just one of, straight 2. We need one of those. And we got the cone crusher, right? We got the cone crusher. We got the jaw crusher, the screen shaker. And I think after that, we're going to need an elevator. And I think we will be good from there. We might have to make another trip down to the store, I would imagine, at some point, but we should be good there. We're going to head back up to the claim and get ourselves going. Now, we're going to have to dismantle some of the plant right now to be able to do what we need to do. Also, we're going to need to, I believe, the way I got to have this set up is we're going to have to probably pickaxe some stuff to be able to get things set where I need them set. So back up to the claim we go. And we got a little bit of work ahead of us. All right, we're back up at the claim. I'm going to rearrange some of the stuff. I don't think I need the light, and I don't think I need that. We will keep everything else. Now, I think what we are going to do, we're going to come into here, and we're going to grab our straights, some lefts, and why do I already have... why... Oh, that's my inventory. What is going on here? Oh, that's my inventory. I'm like, I never put that into there. So, okay, we need to switch that over into that general direction. Straight 2 and a 4 ups. I think everything else should, I don't think I need. I think we'll be good there. All right, let's grab our trusty sledgehammer and probably going to, first off, let's see. So this is going to get changed. So all we're doing here now is we're going to be coming in. We're going to wash everything. And we're going to be taking this out. Basically taking everything apart. We're going to leave that stuff for right now. We're going to leave that. We're going to take this and that one. So now we need to move all of this stuff out of the way. Like so. All right, now I think what we're going to do is we're going to need the screen shaker first. And we're going to put that screen shaker right off of the wash plant. So we're going to need to pickaxe some of this stuff out of the way. Kind of looks like we might need to pickaxe this whole little area out of the way, but we'll just kind of continue off right here. Now doing this is going to get us our XP up. So that's going to be kind of a plus of taking our pickaxe here and actually doing some physical labor rather than using the front loader the whole time. But front loader is pretty fun. Okay, so I'm thinking the way that this is going to be set up, we're going to need to go off of that with probably a 2, I do believe. A 2 meter off of the wash plant to the screener. That's going to push that back far enough. Yeah, we got a little bit of pickaxing to do here, guys. And I think the reason we're going to want to go with the 2 off of that is so that way we can set the I believe it's a right. If not, it's a left. Obviously it's going to be the opposite, but to get that to sneak up underneath all of that, I think is what we're going to need to do there. But let's just get this and then see how it looks. We'll get this to the this back wall here, just like so. And I think that's the way that's going to work is either A, we need to put that like a 1 on there, or we put the screen shaker directly on like that, which then requires us to come back this way. So I think we want to put a straight 4. No. Let's try a 1. Or excuse me, a 2. And then the screen shaker. Yeah, then we don't have to pickaxe as much because we're going to need a 90 on that. We're just going to open the rest of this up here. Kind of get this squared off a little bit. So then we're going to come with a 90 off of the backside. And then looks like we're going to have to do like a 4x4 up to get us back to the ground level. I'm not quite sure how far back I need to go. I think those are like, are they 2 blocks by 2 blocks, I think? The 90s, I believe is what they are. So we're going to have to take a little bit more of this out. Let's grab that. I think it's a right is what we're going to need. Yes. All right. So we're going to actually have to go back quite a ways. Let's go something like this. And then we'll go straight down. There we go. And then we'll come out a little bit so that way we can get that 90 on, or our 4x4 up. Kind of get ourselves this outline here. Like so. Let's just take that out. There we go. Now we got to take the rest of this stuff out. All right. A little bit of pickaxing, but we should, by doing this, like I said, we should be able to get ourselves some XP, so that's going to be good. XP is always good. All right, now we got that all set, pickaxed away. We're going to put this on there just like that. Nice. All right, now we need the 4x4 up, which, did I not grab one of them? Did I leave them in there? Oh, there it is. Right in front of me. Let's just take this right. I don't think we need that right for right now. All right, so now on the screen shaker, we're going to take a look here in the store and make sure that we got this set up correctly. So the screen shaker brings any material in and out the top. It goes with coal. So how do we want to set that up? So it's going to do coal and solid rock off of there. All right, so on the bottom side, I think is what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be doing another up to a trommel. We need a straight in there, a 4 straight to a trommel. There we go. With a, not a straight, we need a left. There we go. So now this should go, let's see. Do we got that set up correctly? Let me rethink that. So we got everything coming through here, all the ores. This will sift through the top, and on the downside will be everything including productions, shaker screen, the coal, solid rock, blasted rock, and crusher. And on the bottom side will be dirt and pay dirt and the ores. All right, so then we want off of that, we want the dirt and the pay dirt. So then off of the, what am I stuck on? And then off of the trommel, right? So let's take a look at the trommel real quick again. The trommel will have material come in, but on the bottom side will be dirt and pay dirt. And then the rest will be, since we're going to be separating the coal, the blasted and crushed, everything else will be at the bottom of that. So off of this, we need the what? God dang it. Production, coal, anything else, dirt. Okay, so off of that, I believe we should be able to, let's see, we got that pushed over. That should be good enough. That's going underneath. And then this will be dirt to pay dirt. So that's where the elevator is going to come in. There we go. Yeah, so bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Elevator up. Yes, that's the way we're going to want that. And then from this, we need a right. Correctamundo. Yes, we need the right. So we're going to grab a right. And then what we need to do, let's remove the coal screen, that 90, and that, and the power. So we don't have any power right now, which is fine. And there's nothing in that one, so we don't need that. And then the next thing, basically, we're going to spin this directly around in this direction. So smelter, roller to storage. All right, so smelter, let me get out of the way so I don't get trapped in there, to roller to storage. Do we have everything? Do I need to scoot that over at all? Don't think so. I could. That gets it a little close to the drive over here. There could be a possibility I need to slide some of this over. Yeah, we might need to slide this over a notch. So this would be out underneath a little bit further. So if we went bang, bang, remove that, and then put this screen shaker directly on there. Yeah, then we're going to have to remove this back a little bit further. I think I want to do that that way. That pushes it away from that drive a little bit. And it's going to tighten up just a little bit of that space where we're working with the loader. But I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be all right then. There we go. We got 25 skill points now, guys. Heck yeah. Get the rest of this corner chipped out. Could you imagine old times, you know, back in like early mining days, doing this with a pickaxe? That'd be a lot of work. And I know there's still some people that obviously still kind of do some of this stuff. That's just crazy. All right, now we should be able to get the right on there. There we go. Yeah, that's going to look a lot better, I think. All right, let's get this up. And we need that one. Now we need to take that and that. And come up again to our straight. That's a left. And my straight is right there. Straight 4. Sledgehammer, sledgehammer. There we go. All right, so now it goes to the trommel. And my trommel is buried down here. We don't need that straight 4 anymore. Trommel to 90. Just like that. To elevator. Okay, that's looking good. All right, now from that point, we need the right to smelter and bar roller. So smelter it is. Smelter, bar roller. Now to storage. There, that's looking a little bit better. Kind of pushes it away from this section. Tucks that back just a little bit more. All right, so now that we got that all set up, ready to rock and roll, we need to come off of the shaker, which when we look back at our shaker in the store, just to get an idea of what the shaker does, coal and rock need to come off of that. So we need to put the coal screen on there, which is going to be here. And we're going to, looks like probably going to have to pickaxe some more of this stuff to get this. Might as well take this all the way back to here because we're going to have to put the, let's see, we're going to put the coal screen. And then we need to put the, what is it? We got to put something else on the end here. I just got to think of it for a second and try to remember what I had this all planned in my head. And trying to do it recording type thing is, you still kind of have to walk through everything. So hopefully you guys don't mind a little bit of pickaxing. Maybe a little relaxing. Maybe a calm, soothing voice. I don't know if my voice is calm and soothing, but whatever. Nobody probably really cares anyways, so we're just going to pickaxe. We'll try to square some of this stuff up. Now, I'm not quite sure if I need to take out this little chunk going that general direction or not. We might be fine. Does look like I need to take some of this out, though, so we're going to take some of this out. Now, the moment of truth will be is when we power everything on, is it going to do what we want it to do? And that's going to be the true telling point if I'm even good at this game, right? Does feel pretty good, though, to get that loan paid off. Now we don't have anything hanging over our head. And now everything should be pretty much, as long as we can continue to sell those iron ingots after we've broken them all down, that should, you know, that's going to help us out significantly. All right, let's get that coal screen on, which I think we need to do a up in order to get that up and above again. Okay, so it looks like we're going to need a straight. Now we're going to take a 4 straight. We'll take the storage one out. Where did my... There it is. I was right next to it. All right, so we got the 4 or the 2x2 straight in there. It looks like we might need to take a little bit more of this section out to be able to get the coal screener in here and to be able to get a 2x2 up, because what's going to happen is once we get that coal screener in there, it's going to separate the coal that's going to be coming out, and then hopefully the coal will only be separated, and then the gravel, or the solid rock, crushed rock, all that stuff will continue out this direction. So we need to get that coal screener on there. It looks like we're going to have to take out a little bit more here. And then we should be able to put like a 90 on this one and send it back to the east behind us. So let's take this back off, and then we'll knock some more of this down in this direction here. Just like that. There we go. Let's get a little straighter here, because that is going to be a 2x2. We're going to need a 90 on that, so it's going to give a little bit of room there. All right, coal screen. And then we want the left. All right, so we're going to take a little bit more. I tend to not like the stuff to clip through the belts. I don't know. Just kind of a pet peeve. I don't know if it's just my ADHD thing that just kicks in once in a while or what it is, but I don't it's okay once in a while, but sometimes I'm just like, if I'm going to do this, I want to do this so it doesn't look like it's clipping through. Anybody else like that? Leave a comment down below if you are. If you guys like things to, or do you guys just like to like place it and just go with it? All right, so the left on there, like so. That ain't too terribly bad, I guess. We can leave it for now. All right, now we need a up. So now we need the up, but before that, we need to place our other right there. And now we need another 4 up, like so. And then from that, should be able to put the power input. Straight power to the coal plant. Right there. So straight power to coal plant. All right, we're going to fire this up, and we'll see if we can get this to actually start spinning. So turn that on, and then we will turn... Oh, we got to get the cable on there. Need to get the cable on there first. Boom to boom. There we go. Now we should be able to turn that on. There we go. Now everything should be rocking and rolling. That will be good. All right, so that's set up where we want it. The next thing is going to be is getting our crusher in. So we're going to need to go up with that into our... What do we got next? We got the jaw crusher, I think, is what we got to put in there next. Yeah, the jaw crusher. So we got the jaw crusher there. And then we need to go up again to the cone crusher. And then from the cone crusher, because that should be the final thing that makes the gravel, we should be able to put the storage on there. Like that. Yeah, that looks halfway decent. Looks all right. And then we could always do something here if we ever want to decide to put some sort of chute out this way, which we could. I don't think we have enough to go up with it, but for right now we can just leave everything as is. But we can do, let's see. We could do like an up. We might need to do some an elevator, I'm betting. If we do an elevator up to that and straight out, but I think we're good for right now. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. The last thing that I want to do is remove this, remove that, and that. Because what we're going to do is move. Let's see. We can probably do a straight. We probably just... Can we do a chute directly off of that? Or can we do a 1 times? Let's do 1 times. Let's do it like that. So a 2 meter to the chute. Like so. And now we should be able to put the sell point. Let's see. Let's go like this. And it will be kind of a trial thing to see how close we get to it. That don't look too bad there itself. We could move it back just a bit, but I think we should be able to... It should be able to sell. All right. Hey, we just rebuilt the plant to be able to take... Yeah, crushed rock, put it all into here, and then that's going to make gravel, so that will be good. And then eventually you can do some different processes off of that. So let's see. We have a couple things we probably do not need. The only thing we could do, but we wouldn't have room for it right now, is to put that storage in here so we could actually capture any of that iron ore if we need to for a quest, but I think we're fine. I think we're fine there. We could probably move that, and let's put that into the center over here somewhere. Let's see. Do we have a little way? We might have to make ourselves a little walking catwalk somewhere in here. We'll just jump to this side and we will place it right there. Now we should be able to put everything back in there. So we want diamonds. So let's throw diamonds in there, throw the rubies in there, and that should pull everything out of that. And then, let's see. What else do we got on us? We got those ores as well. So let's stick those ores back into here because we don't need them. And then the dirt, pay dirt. Look at that. We have 207 diamonds we can go sell. Awesome. All right. And I don't think that there's anything as far as like the way diamonds sell. Like there's no, what you want to call it? Like economy for that. We got diamonds and rubies. Holy cows. We almost got a full stack of rubies. Okay. Well, let's take the pick. Yeah, let's take that out because I don't think we're going to be needing that anytime soon. And we'll throw the analyzers back up there. We'll leave that down there. Perfect. Blasted rock and silicon. So we can drop the blasted rock and that right into the conveyor. Can we do this? Come here. Can we put the blasted rock right in there? We cannot put the blasted. We have to have it filter through, but I don't think we can do this either. No. Why is that like that? That's my question. All right, so we can always do this though. So we're going to set that in there, and we'll just shift clip and consume. There we go. So now we should be able to test to make sure that this is running the way we want it to run. All right, looks like it's coming through, which is good. And we got some going over, some selling into the sell point. Yep, that's selling into the sell point. We are making money up in the top right. And we are making gold bars over there, which is good. And then we are conveying over, and it looks like we are processing our rock. Nice. That looks like it's working good. Gravel. There it is. These don't go in here. All right, so we're producing that gravel. That one goes into here. There we go. Silicon, diamond, rubies. There we go. All right. I think we got the plant all ready to rock and roll. That's good. That's going to work a lot better. All right. That is a plant job well done. Perfect. All right. So with that, we don't have anything else on us. We could sell these things. Now, I don't think there's anything. I do not see any ruby ore, diamond ore, Bethel. I think we just sell this directly in to here like that. 8,000? That's hardly even worth it. Let me know if I'm doing this wrong, guys. I know you will. But rubies, do they get is there more? Can I get more for what I got here? That's my question. All right, we'll just get rid of that because if that's the case, then do we even break that down? You know what I'm saying? But we're just going to leave it. All right, we need to make sure that where is my I better check this. I wonder if it's not in I think it's in here. And you guys are like, well, you think what's in here? Well, I will show you. I'm pretty sure I left it. I'm pretty sure I left it in here. And I did. We got some TNT. Might as well take that out. Don't need any of that. All right. Whoops. Let's take that, put that back into inventory. Right there. And we will just drop that in place. All right. We don't need the dynamite or the TNT out right now. We're going to head on down. We got to fuel this up first. We need to fuel this baby up. Otherwise, we'll get down there and we will be completely out of fuel, which would not be good. And now we're full. There we go. We should probably... I'm thinking we probably should get another fuel barrel to put down in the pit down below. So that way we don't have to drive this thing all the way back up here. Oh, my Lanta. We just damaged our conveyor system because I cannot drive. All right. Good enough for that. The one other thing that I would mind doing is eventually getting this set up for a hopper to fit right in that drive-over portion. So that way you can kind of feed out in all of the directions. There we go. Heck yeah. We might as well turn these lights on while we're down in here, which isn't going to give off too much, but they should work. Do these things work without the lights on them or without the power to them? We can eventually take this thing off. We don't need that. And actually, I think we did need that. That is what was powering. Oh, I got it now because we powered through. Yeah, that's why the lights were working. Because we were powering through and then feeding our lights back up that direction. Haha! We figured it out, guys. We figured it out. All right, enough talking. Let's do some exploding. Now, let's go with a 1, 2. That's pretty close. 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know why I'm putting them so dang close like this, though, guys. But anyways, we're doing it. We're doing it that close because why not? That one didn't want to show at all. We'll go up, up. How many of you guys have like a specific pattern that you guys like to do when you're setting explosives? Like, do you guys do, like, it doesn't really, you know, it's not like real life, obviously, where you could probably, there's probably a certain way that you gotta put stuff, but I think this is going to be a pretty big explosion, and I don't need the TNT to be that close together because I think it does like 7 meters diameter. So we'll be able to blow a big hole. All right. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's a big explosion, guys. that was an uncalled for explosion. That really I would say that really didn't do us a whole lot of good, I don't think. I mean, we wasted a lot of TNT doing it that way, but it was still fun. It was still fun. Now we can actually start scooping. All right, I need to get back to my not driver focus. This one right here. This is the one I was looking for. All right, time to do a boatload of scooping and start making ourselves a little bit of gravel, which will be very nice. Very, very, very nice. Now we're gonna have to do a lot more prospecting because we need to find more of the ores, like the silicon, stuff like that we can actually break down even further. Because we still have those ores that we got to deal with. That did blow a pretty good size hole there, though. I'm pretty happy with that. We're getting some pretty good scoops here on that, so that's good. We have spent some time down in this place getting this opened up. That's why we had so much iron ore. And iron ore goes for quite a bit. So that's not like it's a bad thing either. That helped us pay off our loan, which is good. Now we are loan free, and we still have $734,000, which is phenomenal. All right. Again, I'm gonna have to do quite a bit of prospecting because at some point I think we might need to go like down some more. But it would also be kind of fun to be able to tunnel even further back on that one path that we don't have any right or claim to in the main tunnel there. But we got to spend 250,000 of our hard-earned dollars to be able to do that. Whoops, wrong direction. Get ourselves spun around here. I think we're doing a fairly good job considering you know, our ability as a single mine operation here, single person. I think we're making pretty good headway with what we're doing and where we're kind of going with this. Feeling pretty comfortable sitting at 734,000, which is good, and paying off our big loan that we had. Yeah. Now we're getting into a little bit of emotion here, a little bit of fluidity of being able to flip it and reverse it and get this thing whipped around underneath here. Now I'm not quite sure how far back we go before we lose any of the solid rock, but we will figure that out when we get to it. Still a lot of material here that we blew open, so got a lot of processing to do. How many of you guys like to play with the explosives when you guys are playing? Or do you guys like to just dig it up? I do think by exploding or using the TNT or whatever you want, your choices that you want to use, I do think it makes it a little bit easier to scoop, but that maybe just, I don't know, maybe that's just like a subconscious thing that it feels like it's easier to scoop and clean things up. Oh, what are we caught on? We're caught on something. What? Oh, that little thing right there. There, we just got it. There was a little voxel, little chunk of dirt just floating in the air that was hanging us up there. Just about did a front wheelie. Well, we kind of were doing a front wheelie. Let's see if we can get a little decent angle from this direction. Get a couple good scoops there. Yeah, we're doing a good job at scooping this here. I think our next step is we'll see how much of this we get. And I think it would be kind of fun to be able to go grab one of those trucks, like the actual dump trucks, and set it up so that way we can load up our truck and bring it into town and dump it at one of the dumps areas. I think something like that would be kind of fun. So let's get quite a few of this stuff, and we even if we don't have a whole lot, I think it'd still be just fun just to go do. So we'll get a couple more scoops, and we'll go up top and get ourselves set up to be able to basically do a chute system, right? Shoot it down into a truck. I'm thinking of the like the road dump truck, not the big articulating dump truck. I don't have a need for that right now. I kind of wonder how much of that solid rock I really did blow up. Maybe I blew up quite a bit of it, but maybe there wasn't that much solid rock there. I don't know. Maybe that solid rock deal that we ran into there just wasn't a very deep vein. Because a lot of this stuff looks like, what is this? A lot of this stuff looks like, yeah, it's blasted rock. Yeah, that's because I blasted it, man. So, not quite sure. We could do a little pickaxe and see how far back we go. Do a little quick little test here. I mean, that goes back quite a ways, really. So deep you guys probably can't even see it. Yeah, we got a, there's a good tunnel there that is just blasted rock, no solid rock anymore. But that makes me feel good that we are set up, though. We're set up for that solid rock system, which is good. We just got to blast it, get it out of there. Yeah, a lot of that thing goes back quite a ways as well. A little bit more dirt in that little scoop there. Let's do a little test back this direction. What do we got there? Iron ore. Okay, we'll kind of do a little test this direction and see what we got. A lot more blasted rock here yet. Okay, well that makes me feel halfway decent. We don't need to use as much more TNT. We got plenty of blasted rock here, so that's good. All right, well let's dump this load. Let's take a couple more scoops, and then we'll go up top and see what we can do. Now I'm not quite sure. You know, is the gravel situation, is that even something worthwhile? You know, so is the gravel like the final byproduct of something? Am I missing something within the chain of the crushed rock and, you know, that situation? Am I missing something in the whole chain of things, which I might be, considering that the gravel doesn't really go for a whole lot. So I'm kind of curious. I might need to do some more investigating in the production line and take a look and see what actually gets processed with the crushed rock and all that kind of stuff, and see what I'm missing. I feel like I might be missing something. All right, so we got good enough situation here. We're gonna go up top and take a look. We're gonna turn our lights off. We don't need the lights off. Now, somebody in the comment section told me that I could tab. In single player, we can tab, and holy cows, we can tab. That is nice. You do, I'm assuming you have to, okay, I'm hitting tab, I'm outside the vehicle, it doesn't put you into a vehicle, so you have to be in a vehicle. That's pretty nice. Heck yeah. All right, let's see, what do we got for crushed rock here? We got a whole stack of gravel, though. All right, so I think we need to go purchase an elevator. We didn't have one in here. Yeah, we need to purchase an elevator. We have a straight 6 and a chute, so we need an elevator and a chute. And I think while we're down there, I'm going to see if we can actually purchase one of those, though. Because if we can't purchase one, then I might have to just look at getting a regular articulating dump truck. Let's just check this out in the store. I think they might be locked. We want vehicles, and we want trucks. We can. 200. Holy cows. 25 yards. I think we purchased one. We're going to purchase one from the store, though, not from here. So, with that being said, we're going to make a trip down and purchase a few things. So, we're going to run on foot. Actually, we don't need to, because we could just pick this thing up. We can just pick this thing up and not have to deal with it. Let's get our lights on, though, because it's starting to get a little bit dark out. So let's get this thing all set up. We're going to head down, purchase the elevator up and another chute, because we have enough out, like straights, to be able to do what we want to do. And then we're going to purchase ourselves a first truck. Our first street truck, I'm going to call it. Just a regular, like, Kenworth, Peterbilt, you know, straight truck. All right, we're here. Putting the brakes on. We're here, and we need conveyors, and we need an elevator and a chute. Just like that. Got it. Now we need to go over to Johnson's Vehicle Trading Company, I think is what it's called. There's the gas station. I wish they sold like foods, like beverages and all the snacks. Who doesn't like a good snack, you know, every once in a while? All right, we're here. The brakes were not braking. All right, let's go straight on down to right. Nope, not there. That's not the one. We want this one right here. Heck yeah. All right, 165,000. But before we do that, I want to look at my skill tree again and see if we do have enough here. So perfect. Improve deals and suppliers and buys, reduce in purchasing costs by 2.5. All right, we're going to take that one. Boom. Now we are going to purchase that. Oh my Atlanta, 165. So that took it down quite a bit, actually. Percentages on large numbers are still quite a bit. All right, let's purchase that. Oh yeah, we got ourselves a Peteworth. That's what they're calling it. Heck yeah. All right, let's return our truck to our inventory, and we're driving this thing back up there. Heck yeah, look at that, baby. Yeah. All right. That's awesome. That is awesome. Let's get this thing in first gear. I'm not quite sure what we have for speed on this baby, but oh yeah. All right, it's getting dark out. It's starting to get a little dark out. So let's kick this thing down into, what do we got? We got 7 gears. That might be enough. Let's see what our speed is at 7th gear. 42 miles an hour downhill, which isn't too terribly bad. Let's get into driver's cam. Oh yeah, look at that bad boy. Pretty dark, so I'm not quite sure if you guys are able to see it, but we're all over the road. Don't do that. Don't do that one. Did we take the wrong? No, we didn't. Oh my gosh, we're all over the place. The camera system in here just gets me every time. Gets me every time. There's so many different things we could do with the cameras. Boink. All right, perfect. Look at this. Heck yeah. This is what I'm talking about, guys. All right, let's get this thing set up. I wonder if we could get our brakes on here. Put this thing in reverse. We only got 1 reverse speed. Oh, that's not good. And that's slow. 1 slow reverse speed. All right, let's hop on out. Let's get ourselves up. I think we just go straight up like so. We'll eventually get that figured out. You know what? I'm wondering if we don't go up at a 4x4 to a straight 6. We'll grab a straight 4 as well. We'll throw those here. We'll do a little experiment and see what we want to do. So that's going to be straight up, and then 6 going to be 6 might be what we want right there. Let's get in the truck. That should be plenty good. We might not even need to do... Let's try that. Let's just try... No, I think we need to have it up that high because if we're going to try to get the loaders or anything else underneath here, we might not be able to. All right, I think we're good. Let's pull forward just a tad bit more. Oh yeah, this reverse is agonizing slow. Might need to put a light on that thing. A light straight down. All right, parking brake. All right, in order to fill that though, we're going to have to go like this and turn our bypass on. Oh yeah, there we go. Now, I'm not quite sure how we want to do this system. We could probably just leave it as is. And when it gets close enough to being full, I'm not sure if we're going to have to move this thing, you know, or if it will eventually just fill everything up like it's supposed to. We will find out. Okay, well, that's not too bad. We're just basically just taking the parking brake off and we're rolling forward a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see this and hopefully it's not too terribly dark for you guys. We're going to get this thing full. And turn the bypass off. If any of you guys know... Did I turn that off? If any of you guys know a better solution or how to get this thing set up, or am I doing this kind of the right way? Let me know down in the comments. I'd like to know. All right, let's go get our first load of gravel sold. I don't think we need to... Let's see. We're going to go to the ore prices. Gravel, I don't think changes a whole lot right here. Because I don't think anybody has sold $1.92. We're gonna take it to this. Let me get my map. Where the heck's my map? There it is. We're gonna take it to this one right here and just see what we get. No idea what the cost difference is, or do we take it? Let's take it to this one. There's the Johnson. We gotta go a little bit further because we haven't even checked that place out yet. So let's go check that place out. Johnson is where we want to go. Johnson Trading Company. We want to go down that direction. It would be kind of nice too if we had like a little mini map bottom left, especially trying to learn this, which isn't, this map isn't obviously that hard to learn, but at the same time it would be kind of nice to maybe have something down at the bottom left. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe not. Let me know down in the comments if you think that would be cool. A little map. Okay. Take a left and then take a right and then take a left again after... I think we just follow this, but we got to take a left. Definitely need to change my sensitivity stuff on my control, on my steering wheel for this truck and the truck itself. The loader, it works fine. I think this is my turn right here. That is my turn. I wish those street lamps were on a little bit right now. Definitely just down a residential road. No big deal. Good thing we got triple axles. Oh gosh, we can't drive. Hopefully this thing opens up. It looks like it will. All right, so it looks like we just pull straight on. And we do what? All right, so we're at 559. We didn't get a whole lot for that. We went from 559 to 562. So we did not get a whole lot, but did that possibly change the ore prices? Maybe it didn't change. It kind of did. Yeah. So it kind of changed everything there a little bit. All right. So that's something to kind of keep an eye on, so to speak of. If you guys have messed with that a whole lot, leave a comment down below because I would be interested to see. I know the more you sell, the more like the price for that particular item that you're selling fluctuates. But I guess I'm at the point of like, what else do you sell, right? Like what else? What are the other things through the whole processing system that those places take other than the ores themselves? Maybe I'm overcomplicating this and overthinking this too much. I don't know. You guys leave a comment down below. But that's going to have to do it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. And guys, we will catch you all on the next one. Have a good one.